Guys, please subscribe and help the channel get to 150k subscribers. Yay! Welcome to FANS Wethu TV. It's the Betway Premiership. Orlando Pirates 1, Chippa 0. I'm joined by the front three.
Yes, Stibo Okran Meauti.
It's Dr. Tammy.
Yes.
Kuto.
Yes,
and the new member of Orlando Pirates. Tabs.
No, I can believe that. He has a reputation for changing teams.
Yeah.
But I'd like to believe that he's done. But anyways, Tibo, first of all, let me congratulate Orlando Pirates for winning this match.
Yeah.
It was not an easy win. A very tough encounter that we had against Chippa United, Chippa Mbokazi. He gave us a run for our money.
Yeah.
If you've got a football understanding, that you will understand that it was almost meant for a draw. But fortunately enough, we had the brilliance of Relebohile Mofokeng. If you don't know, sometimes some people just hit corners for the sake of hitting corners.
Yeah.
But you talk about the brilliance of Relebohile Mofokeng to put the ball inside the box, not to a player, if you understand what I've been saying. He put it near post to almost the defenders and the goalkeeper. You know why he did that?
Why?
I always said that when you need a good header, don't pass the ball or to a person who must hit the header.
Yeah.
Pass it to a space. If you can check that goal, and you have the luxury of camera, you will realize that SCBC knew where the ball is going to go, and he made a deep run inside the box into the near post.
Yeah.
You talk about that goal. It's not a fluke. I mean, in front of about 5 defenders to just make accurately header that ball into the back of the net, that we're talking about against one of the best goalkeepers in the country so far, or in PSL. But anyway, let's talk about Orlando Pirates and Chippa United. You talk about the 2 center backs. Mbokazi, his first game in Premiership Elite football, and he was with CBC, captain of Orlando Pirates today, and former captain of Golden Arrows, the team that he was playing against. Then you talk about our left back, Dion Hoto, and Pasakamako. I think we started with Did we start with Pasakamako? No, Dion Hoto. And on the right, we had the young, sensational Ndlozi. And Kokotlong Wampalebala as double pivot. We had talent Mbatha, ama-talent awafani together, ama-talent Makehleni Makaula, the ever hardworking, the ever present Makehleni Makaula, a leader, a player that does not want to lose, a player that is always in the fighting spirit, a very dedicated player, and a disciplined cadre of the game. Then you talk about Mohankota, Coco Melon. I think for me today, he really showed character. I don't know who spoke to him, because I've got a PhD. I know that there's someone who spoke to him prior to these games coming, because remember, he was sleeping when he slept many times when we were playing at FNB, and I think that was the game that really killed his momentum when we played against Kaizer Chiefs, and he got momentum, because if we had a sharper Mohankota against Mamelodi Sundowns, we could have played better.
Yes.
But today we needed him to grind results. And you talk about on our left wing, we had Relebohile Mofokeng, the 30-year-old, according to football age, according to his standard. He did not perform so well. And who else than Tsehofa Semabasa to play a number 9? We're talking about a leading goal scorer as per 2023-2024 season. That's rather a position that no one votes for you. You become a leading goal scorer. I mean, we know that there are people who buy things here. Unfortunately, you cannot buy being a leading goal scorer of the season. Hence, I think the leading goal scorer of the season now is Ribeiro. Yes, there will be those element of penalties, but it's given that he's a goal machine. Mabasa is that kind of a striker who can always give you goals. You are certain of goals, but this is how we played, my brother, because we our center left back is so comfortable on the ball. Obviously, it's his first game today. I think within the first 2-3 minutes, he already had he got a yellow card. Obviously, you are starting psychologically. You need to adjust yourself. You understand? But you talk about the leadership of CBC to tell him. You do not need to panic. Play football the way you know it how.
That's right.
And we saw the boy giving us what Mabizela gave us that knows Orlando Pirates as he captained us, and that guy, he's a leader, Mbokazi. He has the ability, to control the tempo of the game from the back. Someone is calling me. I don't know if it's the Iron Juke. Yes, I think it's Bra Nelson. No, I'm on an interview. Congratulations to you for winning today. I'm on an interview as you check. But anyway, I'm on an interview. We'll talk. Na baby, sure. Yeah, but that boy gave us what Mbulelo Mabizela used to give us. We are talking about a player here whom the Iron Duke himself had to go out of his way into signing the player. That's how brilliant he was. He came from the then DDC or Vodacom of then, and fit well. Today I was reminded of him when that guy, Bogas, is just relaxed and control the tempo of the game from the back. He's so comfortable on the ball. Sometimes, especially from us who are not really sure of his capabilities and ability, that he can control play from the back. Obviously, this was a very siege game. We had to be careful. It was not an easy game. So we needed to have confidence. But if whoever held the ball, if whoever had confidence, he's a Zulu man, very strong, very physical. You hardly find a player of that structure being nice on the ball. But you talk about the brilliance of Kabelo Dlamini, making a long ball even for the first time, first minute of the game as they start playing, switching it to Lebuhile Mufukeng, who had a decent game. Then you talk about Kokomel, and I think the person that really played very well was Muhaunkota when he received those balls coming from the right, cutting with his right. Remember, he's got the ability to cut in with his right and hit with the left. But unfortunately, that's where he got it right. High Shabaga left. Unfortunately, he hit it very highly. But there was those touches that Lebuhile Mufukeng almost had, but unfortunately, he was not so clinical because he was pushed and he was asked for physique. Unfortunately, he was not so, because there was a ball that he got almost on a one-on-one and he was pushed. It's a shoulder-to-shoulder, modern-day football. And the goal, the referee couldn't give him anything less than not a foul. You understand? But it was not a game of many chances. But when we scored that game, because these guys were really pressing us, they really wanted to score us. You talk about the brilliance of our coach in Jose Rivero to make sure that he now takes out Kabelo Dlamini, who's more of a ball player, just took, and he took him out again, jersey number 20. Goodman Musele, he was very good. He's the guy who came and controlled the tempo of the game from the back and made sure. And this is how we defended. As I was talking about another game, another team in Mamelodi Sundowns, that each time they realize that they are being attacked, they don't really replace with a defender. But they make sure that they stabilize the middle of the park. And this is what Jose Rivero gave us today. He made sure that he had a good Ben Musele, who's very confident on the ball and can hardly loses the ball. But again, he's got the experience and the ability to control the tempo of the game. Not only that, he can mark. So it was like we had a like-to-like kind of players in terms of Makehleni Makaula and Goodman Musele. You know why we were doing that? We knew that as we were pressing these guys, because as Goodman Musele came, we had to play some sort of a V, and then we had to play them and press them very hard while having the ball, because you know what, some people would miss it. I wish I had a better way of putting it. But as we press them, we knew that as we're pressing, these guys will then maybe get us on a counter break. And if they get us, we need at least 2 defensive midfielders, but who can play the ball. So we knew that we don't want to expose ourselves. That's why you could hardly get these guys getting your clear chances. They didn't even have a chance that would make our goalkeeper to make a save or anything. I think they had one shot at goal and they were not so convincing going forward. Not to say they're the better team, but we made sure that the middle of the park is that stable. And those boys, Relebuhile Mufukeng, he's now grown, he's 30 years of age. He always drifts back to make sure that he's behind the ball, even when they're not playing, just to distract your attackers and stuff. And this is what also Mohaungota gave us. But he's got an element of not just being a winger, but a striker. So he's got a striker instinct. Every time he went inside the box, he tried to score. But you talk about a goal that was played from the left side, coming inside the box to Kabelo Dlamini. I mean, you talk about the accuracy and the brilliancy for Kabelo Dlamini to know that basics of football says hit it where it comes from. And he did precisely that. Unfortunately, the gods of football could not allow him a better spin. The spin was not enough because there were 2 players just in front of the goalkeeper, and it was a very difficult game for us. But you talk about our right back, a very young man who was introduced. I mean, a coach who introduces a DDC player against Al Ahly, and any game that we need them most, he comes here and he feeds like a glove and plays a position 2. I mean, that boy he played very well in Dlozi, being a right back in a very important game. He played very well, and again, let me rather, because when I was watching this game, I saw a system that was designed by the Iron Duke himself. Yeah. Remember, when we're talking about this game, I saw a DDC coach, a DDC team in Orlando Pirates. That's why I always say that Orlando Pirates is an epitome of black excellence. Orlando Pirates always appreciate, and without talking as if sounding xenophobic or anyhow, but this is a team that puts South African first. And if you can check, you saw a whole of South African football with your eyes. I mean, you talk about you just saw a Dugu Makanya. We had quite a few players who comes from the DDC. I mean, this guy Mbokazi was his first game. He's coming from the DDC. And some of us who've got a PhD, when we always tell them, this is a system that was put by that Dr. Ivan Khosa, the Iron Duke himself, who received your likes of Dugu Makanya, Chisboy Mokwena, the late Giftly Remy. You know, the list is endless. Our all-time leading goal scorer, Inso Vilagazi. They were taken as young boys from the age of 11 to 12 and being promoted. They understand the culture of Orlando Pirates. That's why you find the coach now that is supplying us with DDC players that you could see there today. Your Mbokazi, your Lebuhile Mufukeng. I mean, talk about a team like Orlando Pirates that is really in number 2 position, but making sure that development of South African football is not just, left in vain, but we are able to see there, unlike going outside of the country and looking for something that is just next to you. Steve, I'm the only person who qualifies. If you've got a neighbor who is beautiful enough in your eyes, take her. Why wait to go away while what you have is here? Invest in your culture. I know that you next door. Yeah, good example. Good example to your girlfriend. She's your mark. But what I'm trying to say is we've created a structure and a culture to also teach people what is depth, because people do not understand. They think depth is some sort of a scary lion or a scary depth. They don't understand. But anyway, we understand. We are able to take from Dugu Makanya, and if you've got a PhD understanding, you'll understand that we saw a Dugu Makanya. But coming from the football administrator himself, the Iron Duke himself, you can tell that we are able, when we run out of resources, if one may say, we go to the DDC and bring you nothing but quality. I mean, if that guy, if Mbokazi can come in, the center left back with the center right back, who just come, they hardly have 5 games in elite football. combined. They don't have 5 games in PSL, but they played very well, and they're really contesting. And like I say, Stibo, just because the numbers in terms of human beings chooses to be fools, do not go there just because. Even the song says Kimila o musi sane oha bang mawatla ki khoroye. That song, it says, even the goal, even more young, there's never a good path. The reason why we've got wise people in life is because we can never be in majority. And it's likely that wise people will never be as many as dumb cops. Let me say it as it is. Just I was being called all names during, hey, the league is gone, what. I didn't see Mamelodi Sundowns being paraded as they go. You understand? So just because many people are saying, hey, this is what Baba, we are not being hot-spotted in our mind. We are independent thinkers. We are not hot-spotted or now on network. There's no load shedding. Therefore, no, we don't deal with it. We fight till the very end. Not only speaking from a Pirates fan's perspective. We know this thing. The league is a race. And we understand. And we're not saying that any other team won't win it. But we're saying decently so. You understand? And I'm not saying otherwise. I'm saying they will sweat. Now they will understand the meaning of sweating. Chief, we take one game at a time and we remain humble, and we will fight for the very end to make sure that this league is decent. Remember, in football and the sponsors, they don't want to see this game or this PSL being a farmers league. They want to see a competitive one. And I was the only one who raised my hand and become that brave to say the league is gone. And I still say the league is not gone. It's only for people that reason ka hotspot. Just because you're hotspotted, you want to agree with people just because everyone is saying it. But Stibo, this was, like I said the second half of the season. Remember, when the year starts, even at school, people are not as serious as they want to be. But now when you realize that you won't be getting your incentive or compensation as from the PSL, everyone, your sponsors, everyone that is involved in football, because I told you that what you see at the field is just a reflection of everything that is happening. Maybe less than of a percent of how a team is ran. But anyway, not all of us as a decent PhD to understand this. We think what we see is what we see. Now teams will be fighting. You do not need to score with your fancy players as you saw Orlando Pirates scoring here. You saw Mamelodi Sundowns, they scored within a penalty that, according to my eyes, I saw hitting the stomach. But I understand and I forgive the assistant referee. But what I'm trying to say is, you will see even teams, or you will hear even teams that hardly complaining about the referee, complaining about the weather, complaining about many elements. It's because we are going towards the end. And logic tells me that when you are going towards the end or towards the periphery of your success, you will then realize that it's not as easy as it starts. You understand? It's easy to make sense because you are at a honeymoon stage with whoever that you are involved with, and you can hardly see their mistakes. But as it progresses, now you become sober. Or what I saw is not you then now relies on principles, and this is how we win such games now. We are no longer concerned about how fancy we win games. If comes a moment whereby we need to win fancy, we will win fancy. But now it's about grinding results. It's about leadership. It's about making sure that we win it from the back to the front and from the supporters. And I'd like to say to Orlando Pirates supporters that Magwala Achech. This is not a time for weak people. We don't have weak people at Orlando Pirates. If you're weak, there's Mamelodi Sundowns. Join them. Join that online branch. We don't support our team from online branch. Join those people that are busy speaking, people that want to be babysitted. We want people that will criticize Orlando Pirates constructively. You understand? We don't want someone who will just wake up just because everyone is saying like this. What. No. We are not like that. We are not weak. Go and join the Marabastad FC who are always bullying us and I'm sorry if I'm referring this to every Mamelodi Sundowns fan, because they're always bullying us on social media. And some of us, Haramagwala, we are this is not the time for weak people. This is a time for emotionally educated people. You understand? Not people that will say, you find someone saying the league is gone, the league guy, because we didn't see all Sundowns being paraded here. Which funeral? When are we burying the league? Because the league is still well much here.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's congratulate the boys, and Chippa Mpengasi gave us the game of his life. And let me tell you, sponsors need to get involved in PSL. Diabuwa kunzima baba.
Yeah.
Kunzima. We are cooking. If we could win this hard game, we'll definitely win. And Orlando Pirates must make sure, I don't care how scrappy they win it, we must win it. Every game. What I'm trying to say is we must win our games and not look at anyone else. But let's make sure that we play hard, we don't play fancy, we win our games. Even if we just win 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, it's fine. As long as pain, it delivery way your computer. Win, chief. And there's no hate here. There's no hate. This is a competitive, we want, that's why we need a competitive league. Remember the other week I said that we need to make a Gauteng derby that will attract, sponsors to play at FNB. That's what we want to create vibe in terms of football. But when we analyze it this way, someone say, hey, you want to become a baby? We are not here for babies. If you are weak, we are not here for you to say things that you want to hear, so that the comment section will go, hey, he knows football. I know football just because I told you where it's. How come Mona plumber? I will say it.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm not hotspotted. Me. How come you are being scammed? I will say it. You are being scammed.
Yeah.
I don't want to be loved. I told you that I stopped wanting to be loved at the age of 10. And I don't want anyone who will tell me lies. Don't tell me I'm light in complexion. Don't lie to me. Oh, no, we are not here. But anyway, let's congratulate the boys. They really fought. And we'll win. We'll win every game. Yes. Thank you.